that you just saw at the movie theater that you just spent $15, $20 the ticket, it's streaming already in great quality with no commercials. You heard me right. No commercials, great quality TV shows, classic movies, everything that you love, you can find on 123 Ready TV. Where do you get it? I thought you'd never ask. ForThePeopleShow.com. Just click on our store page. Watch the video. Watch how easy it is. You'd have it on your computer, on your phone, your Android devices. It's beautiful, and it's a one-time payment. It's an introductory offer of $19.99. One time, the player's yours. Watch those movies without the price tag attached to it. Find those classic shows that you love. Everything. If it streams on the internet, 123 Ready TV finds it. All for you, so you don't have to go search it. Click on movies. Click on the TV shows. Those programs that you like, it finds it for you. It's easy, and you don't have to be a nerd to understand. Get the app today for $19.99 at ForThePeopleShow.com. I assure you, you're absolutely going to love. And we're back. And For the People continues. And by the way, that app is absolutely terrific. And we're still raising money for our summer affiliate relations campaign. You can make a donation today online at ForThePeopleShow.com. We also have Bill Apgar that we're going to continue on with this discussion about hazing in the military. It's a very unfortunate thing. It's probably one of those things where you just probably don't want to talk about. Maybe you served in the military, you saw these things going on, but maybe you never saw the grease gun going in the anal cavity. That's just a terrible thing to be done. And, I guess I just can't imagine being violated in that way. I'm sure it was very, very scary. Some might say, Bill, at least somebody didn't inject you with something else. Does that go on sometimes where a man will do it to another man in front of other people?
Well, that's where your male and female drunk in a hotel room scenario comes.
All right, so that continues.
That
okay.
Follows, whether they're off base or they're married and whatever.
So do you get help from the VA? Does your senator, do you feel like you've gotten all the benefits and all the help you could possibly get? Because you do have what is known as PTSD. What is that again? That's an acronym.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Now, what does that do to a person?
Well, I believe there's a couple of different angles for PTSD. You have the veteran who was, out there killing the enemy, seeing their buddies blowed up, and they're going to get PTSD that way. And then you have the military sexual trauma.
And that's one of you. Now, are there just a few people in the country this has happened to? Or is there thousands?
I'll just give you
an
example the other day. If I see especially a female,
right.
and if she has the license plates, which means that she's 100% permanent total, and I see that she has both of her arms and legs and she's walking around, I'll walk up to her and I'll say, "You're a disabled veteran, right?" And they'll go, "Yes." I said, "You're 100%. I see that from your license plates." They go, "Yes." I say, "You're MST, right?" And they go, "Yes." "How'd you know?" I said, "Because I'm MST." I said, "I never made it to lunch either." The problem is that you want everybody talking about or correcting the problem. And I've spoken to important people like former VA Secretary Robert A. McDonald, who used to be the CEO of Procter & Gamble, during a press conference in 2014. You can see that at my website where I went and asked him.
What's your website?
That's Bill Apgar, A as in apple, P as in Paul, G as in grapefruit, A as in apple, R as in radio, like the baby score, BillApgar.com. And Robert A. McDonald says, "Oh, I'm going to be talking with Chuck Hagel that following Monday." You might have read something like that where we're going to review all these discharges, and I'm going to talk with Chuck Hagel. Well, what good does that do? Chuck Hagel's got his goodie bag. He's gone. Robert A. McDonald.
So you're not getting an ear for these folks. You feel like they're ignoring you?
Yeah. And Representative Jeff Miller, he's the one that puts all these congressional hearings together. They need to have a congressional.
Well, what do they say to you?
It's like I'm just telling you from this meeting that I went to. Representative Jeff Miller thinks that it's a serious wrong.
But has he done anything?
His comment was it's going to take some time to correct it.
Well, do you follow up to see what he's doing?
Yeah, I try to follow up, but sometimes you give up sometimes. And
keep in touch with him. Don't give up.
I know, don't give up.
What are you trying to do? What's your ultimate wish?
Well, my ultimate goal now is to, of course, get the chip off the shoulder, because that's what this PTSD does. It gets that chip on the shoulder.
You just can't forget.
You can't forget. It gets your name calling and all sorts of crazy stuff.
It gets you angry?
It gets you angry. Yeah. Have I talked to, have they been out and...
If you could confront these guys that did it to you, I'm just saying, what would you say to them today?
You of course, there are times that you think like the movie Sudden Impact, if you remember the movie Sudden Impact.
I do. Yeah, way back.
Yeah. You know what happened to Sandra Locke in the movie.
So you definitely part of you wants revenge.
Of course.
Yeah.
You want and then if you're
you feel like they took your life in some respects.
Yeah, you're humiliated by Uncle Sam. Unless they correct it. There's a lot of wrongs, not just me with the military sexual.
How big is a grease gun? Is it just ridiculously ridiculous big?
I don't know.
Did it hurt you? Were you injured? Do you have to go to the hospital?
I went to the emergency right after. I went to.
Were you bleeding?
I don't.
You don't know, but you were in pain.
Yeah.
But more traumatized than anything from the event.
Ripping your clothes off and your dungarees.
You were scared. You didn't know if they were going to kill you. You didn't know anything.
You're right. But
has the military helped you? The VA, have they come to your aid?
I had a psychiatrist at the VA, but I'm not a big fan of the VA. I think
Why not?
Because I know that the Veterans Administration does good, whether that's Bay Pines or James Haley Hospital. James Haley is in
You're talking about Florida here.
Yeah.
The Bay Area, Tampa Bay.
Bay Pines they've switched their name. It's called Bill C. Bay Pines Hospital. But they do good, but I think overall the VA system as a whole is like a C- or a D+. President Trump, I voted for President Trump, I'll tell you that, but he appointed this new guy. Who's the new VA secretary guy? He worked under Robert A. McDonald, and he worked under Sloan Gibson.
Is it Hagel?
Not Chuck Hagel, but this other guy.
Oh, the other guy. Jeez,
but
the
anyway,
cabinet's so new.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to get
the listing of the cabinet guys,
if you're looking to clean the swamp, they need to fire Sloan Gibson and about 1,000 people under him. It's the fact of just saying, hey, we done wrong. Here's what we're going to do. They don't want to do it because it's going to be a lot of money to pay out to a lot of veterans for the wrong that they've done, whether it's a personality disorder discharge that saved the government billions of dollars and cheated thousands of veterans from VA benefits and compensation. That's what I'm saying. I should have had a disability rating on the date of discharge.
All right, Bill Apcar has been our guest. Your website, and donate to Bill Apcar. He's trying to spread the word for other veterans out there that have been sodomized and injustices.
Well, it's just not that.
What's your website?
It's to have the wrongs corrected that have been done to.
So it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, that's Bill Apgar. That's my name. APGAR, like the baby score. A is in apple, P is in Paul, G is in grapefruit, A is in apple, R is in radio.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. You're a hero.
Well,
to so many people, and brave enough to stand up. But
thanks a lot.
Best of luck, and I'd love to have you back on again.
All the best, may God bless, as Chuck Carter would say.
That's my line.
Oh, that's your line.
Well, I'm taking the line. All right, Bill Apcar. Bill actually worked with Chuck for several years. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 100% listener-supported, and we're asking for your help so we can raise the money we need to be able to get on even more stations across the country. And without you, we could not be here. Appreciate our affiliates and all our partners across the country. Keith Allen, For the People, his website is www.forthepeopleshow.com. You can listen to us on demand anytime. Our store page is there. And yes, you can make a donation to keep For the People on the air. We appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Keith Allen saying once more, all the best. May God bless. All right, Keith Allen, and we are live, at least on forthepeopleshow.com. The networks have taken a break, going to news. I wanted to mention the $500 match. We have a very generous individual saying, I will give you $500 if somebody matches $500, and it's only available right now, today. So our goal is $5,000. Is a nice way to start getting us to where we need to go. So if you're able to do it, maybe it's just $100. Maybe you can just give $50 and you can't do $100. But whatever you can give today will help us get to our goals. But if you do give a gift of at least $100 today, we'll send you a book, Chuck Harder's Will We Ever Learn, and a For the People coffee mug. So do that today, and that will help us. That's the $500 match that we have going on as we speak. We appreciate it. So many of you that listen to the broadcast, believe in the broadcast, but we definitely need the help now so we can get on more radio stations across the country to get the word out. Will you help us today? $500 match for a generous individual. Make it happen today. God bless you.